Alright, so time for another action-packed hidden asset development video. Let's start off by looking at the executive desk that I now have finished. So this is the rock and the desk that I made the last time. And I've now also added some paintings and a large flat screen TV and a bookcase and a very fancy minibar. So that is now done. I also added some more assets. I added these skylights just for decoration, and I added this large carpet all over the second floor here. And I also added these flower bed sprites, which are all individual sprites that you can combine in any way you like. And then I also added these in and out arrows. And what I want to add now is a bit of gameplay stuff. Basically, when you come up here, you have to get past this guy. You have to sneak through here. And you can't just sneak past him without him seeing you and you losing some of your stealth. So what you have to do is you have to somehow get rid of him. And you can of course kill him, but then he'll see you before you kill him. So what you'll have to do is, there is this server room over here, and one of the server cabinets are open, and you should be able to click on that and switch off the server, and then this guy will react to that and leave his desk and walk in here and switch the server back on. But since that is a pretty specific behavior to this single guy, it's not something I will be hard coding into the game code. Instead, it is something I will be adding in external scripting. So let's just open up the script for this map, and that is map 2.1. So what I will be needing first is probably a variable that keeps track of whether or not the server is on or off. So let's add that first. Variable server on, and that starts with being on. And so what will happen is that as the player you will click on this, and that will set off all the events. So I will be needing a trigger. Let's add all this to the end of the script. So I will be needing a trigger that happens when I click on this, and that is an event that is called object activated. Makes it, and this is a single tile item, and I think I have to write the floor number it's on, and that is floor 4, and this is item number 384. But he should only actually react to it if he is sitting here. So that's if he is on this tile. So let's check for that as well. And what's his name? Shane Parker. Wasn't that the Napster guy? Or was that Sean Parker? Anyway, Shane Parker, and he should be on the 4th floor at tile 129, 136. Alright, so if he is there, then he should react. But he should probably not react right away. So I will be adding a timer. And let's call that Shane Parker reacts. So when I click on this, First I'll set it to 0 to reset it, and then I will start it counting up. And I also need to add a repeat, because you can do this an indefinite amount of times. And maybe he should also only react if his reaction timer is at 0, meaning that he isn't already reacting to it. In case the player switches the server on and off quickly, then he shouldn't react each time it's switched off. So if the timer is at 0, then all this should happen. Okay, then the timer starts, and then, whoops, we need another trigger that reacts when the timer reaches, let's say 80. Oh, Shane Parker reacts. It counts up each game loop, and there are 40 games loops a second, so that should be 2 seconds. Okay, what should happen then? Well, he should say something. And let's have him say completely incredulous. And then he should walk over here, and that is a new order for him. So new character order, Shane Parker, and I think that order would be stay at spot, because he should stay there when he walks over there. And that spot is on the 4th floor at these coordinates 139, 136. And I can, no, 126, right? No, 136. And I can also tell which direction he should be looking at when he's standing over here, and that will be, this is direction 1, and then 2, and then the 3, and then 4. So that would be direction 4. And that should also have an indefinite amount of repeats. Okay, so now he should get up and he should say something, get up and walk over here. And then when he is standing over here, he should be looking at the server for a couple of seconds before switching it back on and walking back to his desk. So let's, yeah, I have to stop timer again now. Here, then the timer stopped at 80. So then I will have another trigger that triggers when he reaches this spot. So that is called character at, I think. And the character is Shane Parker, and the spot is this one. So when he reaches that spot, the timer should start up again. Just copy this. And then when that timer reaches, say let's say 200, that's when he should switch it back on and walk back to his desk. Timer, here we go, and 200. And of course he should only switch it back on if it is still on, because in theory the player could switch the server off, and then while Shane Parker here is walking over to the server, the player could switch it back on. So he should only switch it back on if it is actually off. Right. So So let's have another check. And oh wait, I completely forgot to set my server, my server variable. Okay, so I should only be able to. He should only react to the server being switched off if it is on before the player switches it off. Okay, server on should be on for me to be able to switch it off. And then it should be set to off. Oh, and also I should set the power line to not be on. So which number power line is that? That is number 5. So I should also do that. So toggle power line number 5. Okay. And then I can check down here that he should only switch it back on if it is off. So it is, if it is off, then he should well, he actually only switches it back on by the internal variable being set to on and the power line toggling back on. One result. And then he should walk back to his desk. And that is still the 4th floor, and the coordinates were, what were they? 129. And he should be looking in direction 2 when he's sitting at the desk. And if the server is already on, then he should just walk back to his desk without doing anything to the server and the power line. Also, I should stop the timer again and set it back to 0. Okay. I'm sure there's a bug in this somewhere, but let's try it out and see what happens. Just first compile the script here. No errors found in the script. That's a good start. And it's, oh crap! Now it's in edit mode. Oh well. Resetting the script, and I will just be cheating my way up to the server room by teleporting up through the floors. There we go. Let's just save to be on the safe side. Fingers crossed. Okay, the power line switched off. Oh, and he reacts. And I can't leave the room, so he will probably see me, but that shouldn't matter much. Oh, he didn't see me. Let's see if he switches it back on. And he did, and he walks back and he saw me. Well, that worked. I didn't really expect it to. There are probably a lot of... Oh, that's a weird pathfinding he took there. He walked down here and then and up again. There's probably an invisible wall here. I'll have to check that out. There are probably a lot of conditions I'll have to check for in the script. So it's not just as simple as this, but this is definitely the basics working. So that is great. And that's probably it for this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in Monday in 2 weeks for the next video.